like it will be better for you even though syllabus is similar, but you have to focus more time for studies rather than job, because after completing the job you can't study at night for a like big chunk of amount, like 6 hours 7 hours you can't give because you are already exhausted with the job. So you need time for studies, like minimum 6 to 8 effective hour study is important for CA plus CA, I think. So it's better to go for a whole time study mode and to focus on what you're doing. Instead of doing job, you can focus on more study point of view. That will be much better. And it will help you to clear early. Like if you are studying alone or if you are studying on your own, it will take one more or two attempts maybe, because you will not be that effective. Because I tried like 8 days I was at home. It was after completing job, when in holidays also I was not able to study properly. So I tried that as well. But after coming here is like 100% you have to perform better. So after coming here, definitely a lot of things changes. First is completion of syllabus also. Like I was not well prepared for my second group. So the completion of syllabus, revisions, lots of paper solving, practice, presentation, everything that is whatever is important for exam, it's covered here. So we'll, we'll make a better difference.
So, two questions, Prachi. One, the first thing I think you addressed it. It's better for him to study full time, even if he has a chance to study along with work, so that he can qualify fast and start making that full money fast. That's one. And second, if at all he decides to study full time, why not his hometown? Why Him Life School? Why he has to come in here? What are the three definite improvements which will happen for sure if someone comes here?
First is at home we are comfortable.
Yeah.
We don't study in we can't study properly in a comfort zone. We can delay our routine. We will not be that disciplined as we are here. So first thing is that. Second thing is the way of revisions. We don't do. I don't. I was not doing the revisions like 5 times a day. At mainly one revision or at week. Earlier it used to be like that when the syllabus is complete, you just go through that chapter. But the way you revise here is totally different from what you revise at home. Like it's not only the revisiting the books, it's recalling the things. So it makes a lot of difference. The third is the discipline and the routine. Routine plays a most important role because when you're disciplined with your study timings and all, it makes like your mind is already subconsciously preparing for it. So it makes a lot of difference to grasp the things quickly. So I think these three things will definitely change if it comes to him.
Now, talking about the investment, it wasn't an easy decision. So, how did you or your brother or family eventually decided to go for it? Because a lot of families, it's not easy for them to plan for this. For example, if it's engineering or MBA, your parents would start planning for something like this years in advance. Now, here, it's a sudden thing, right? Already, you just maybe this guy will give his dad 1 week's notice, or I want to do it from 20th. So, how should somebody think about investing into this or investing into self? Now, how did you arrive at this?
Uh, it's first of all, uh, we can't say this from the current point of view, like whatever you are earning. We have to think from the future point of view. After clearing CA or CFA, you will get the double or more than that amount of job. So it will for at least 6 months you have to work hard, and then after
Yeah.
6 months you will directly double your salary. Isn't it that beneficial? That
Yeah, it's simple, right? Now, if only when someone can look at it in the futuristic perspective, it makes sense. Yeah,
yeah.
got it.
Second point is when for arranging the amount, definitely it will take a little time. You have to discuss the family and all the arrangements. But one thing that should be clear in your mind that you have to clear it at any cost. And whatever it takes, you have just for 6 months that you can repay the loans and everything after getting the degree. That's not the case. So you can if you're taking any loan or debt or anything, you have to think from the futuristic point of view. That's the only way you can cover it. Because thinking of how I can do that and won't work here. You have to just focus on what you're doing and just earn it, come in and study.
I think this gives a very good perspective. So, have to inform this to guys. So, there is basically, I also took a lot of risk even after clearing CA because the startup which I have built, it's based on my skills, not based on qualification. So, as I said, we have invested a lot more than what I saved. So, when I took that decision, I did not take even 1 rupee from my parents. I did not, in the entire journey, I never took any money from my parents. If at all I took something, it was a clear cut, it's almost like a hand loan. Like, I want this, I'll pay it next month. That's it. It's not even like, I didn't even do that. But if someone is looking into investing into this, I want you to have a clear cut picture. You should have a clear cut goal. Let's say your investment is for the next 6 months. Now, you should have a definite commitment to yourself that until December, I'm taking the support of my family, friend, XYZ. Next January to next December, I have the ability to repay it. Done. So, it should be very clear. Now, next 1 year, don't talk about passion, purpose, whatever. Just first is make your liability zero. Now, when you're having a conversation, even your parents are willing not to have this conversation, I recommend you to have this. It's just a temporary support. That's it. It's not even like a loan which you look at 20 years or something like that. It's just a temporary cash crunch management, cash flow management. So only when you have the ability to think that you can get this within a year, go for it. Otherwise, mentorship is not compulsory. Like you can literally do it on your own. Like CS is self-study course, and I never said mentorship is compulsory. Now the only reason is it's always good to invest in certainty. Now I like air travel because the timing is certain. The train never comes, it never reaches most of the time. So this will affect your business meetings. In that past, the proportionate additional investment which you travel in terms of the time saving makes sense. Now this is what happens here where instead of you randomly giving multiple attempts, which has already happened, we'll save at least a couple of attempts. In that sense, it makes sense. But having said that, the underlying responsibility is yours. If you are trying to borrow time, you'll have to invest money. If you're trying to save time, you have to invest more time. That is exactly how the equation works. Money versus time. Train versus flight. That's it. Or you can walk also. That's what I have been doing now. It takes forever. So this is the perspective here. So don't look at it as a very serious decision of we can afford it, we cannot afford it. It's not a question of that. Now, are you doing it in an entrepreneurial mode? Are you someone like there are two kinds of people who buy the house. Save everything for 20 years and then they pay everything and buy. Zero loan, they have a sense of pride. That is one category. Second, now after 20 years, my years won't be there to enjoy it. Let me start enjoying at the peak of my time. Interest cost is chiller. 10% is nothing. If you are a true entrepreneur, 10% should not bother you. 10% is a very good cost to pay for having access to money, where you start enjoying the house from day zero. See, it's like when people, you make financial decisions about house, you're a dumb idiot. It's like, you can do it for eating also, right? This rice kg is 42, this is 24, invest the 18 rupees in SIP. So that is not how you think, right? So you shouldn't, like that is not the way you think. A house is not meant to be bought into the financial decision if you're staying into it. Now when you're doing the rental yield thing, okay, let me put in 1 crore and let me get the 30-40k out of it, that's a different equation. So this is one decision which is not a financial decision. It's a decision which you are looking at as if you're trying to get a qualification or as if you're trying to do a self-investment. So that is how you have to look into it. Okay. So Prachi, thanks for your insights and they have been helpful. So I think to take a decision from here on. How has been your overall experience? You spent half a day here at Hyderabad. So overall at this junction, how is your experience coming down here apart from talking to us from there?
It was good, sir. Well, coming from morning till now, I got different steps of approach of what I'm going to achieve and what I'm going to do in these 3 months or 6 months or whatever the time. By phone call conversation or by seeing the videos, it was different perspective. To certain extent, which was okay. When you're coming to reach directly and taking assurance from the mentorship, directly mentor what you were thinking about and what the plan was. Already the persons who were there at the premises and we speak to them and practical experience, what they are facing and what was their past and now what they are getting as of now. Learning from them, their experiences also matters. And that was happened to me. And I think that it was a brainstorming session for me from morning till now. And what I expected, what is going to happen, what are the things that I need. And I'm not able to, first of all, plan about my abilities and other things. Now I have to think about my abilities too. While taking this decision, before taking the decision, first of all, I have to take a white paper and take a pen and I have to write my abilities. These are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, SWOT analysis, and what are the things that I need to focus on more. If I took the decision, it should be financially viable to me, as well as my family, as well as mentally, physically, everything should be good.
It's not easy
for me. Yeah. For the purpose, I will take 1 or 2 days, no problem. I'll take a decision. I will sit with my family and explain what you explained to me. Everything I'll explain to my family, and take a wise decision. I will come back to you and.
I'd also recommend people who are coming here to come along with your parents, because parents have a lot of experience and they are the ones who decide the best for you.
Yes.
Now, they'll think in angles which we may not be able to give you. Now, joining or not joining is not a right or good or bad decision. So it's not about joining or not joining.
Yes.
There is something called a reasonably right decision. It could be joining or it could be not joining also could be a right decision for certain people. So that, to arrive at the right decision, you definitely need to have people who will think only about you.
Yes.
So those are none other than your parents. So it's always good to have a discussion with them. And if they want to come down, they're most welcome one more time.
He said that he will come with me.
Yeah,
But
okay.
he didn't expect me here today. If I call him also, I see he thought that I was a beauty.
Now this video if he's watching.
No, he will not watch, he will not use the mobile also. No problem. But the thing is that he thought that after exams means make
After,
sure that
I understand.
final examinations, then he will also come with me and he will talk with me.
Bring your mother also if that's feasible.
That's
So
the plan actually, but I came in sudden.
I understand the requirement.
First
You
of
want
all,
to
why
save
I
time.
came is I want to experience everything and I want to explain from my mouth to my parents. Then they will get some.
Because they have to travel all the way, it
Yeah.
makes sense for you to come first.
Yeah, that's all.
So hope you're happy and this met your expectations. Fine, Dilip, good to have you here. I wish you all the best to take the right decision. And this is something which I visualize for you. Okay. So this is the target for the year. So 2025 CA CMA Dilip is what we're looking at. Also the lady over is what we are envisioning. So thank you everyone. So this is where we're concluding the video.